I'm here with a special guest today. Tell me what you want to plug.
So, we're here to talk Lego DC supervillains.
Exactly! That's what I've been waiting for, man.
No, we're really excited about this. This is a game we've wanted to do for a very long time, and now we get to do it. We get to talk about it. We get to show it. We're excited. So
yeah, that's fantastic. Well, you know, I've been waiting for this Lego drop for quite a long time, and it was so great when we were going through the list, and I'm looking at all the games that we're looking at, and I'm like, oh, I want to do that one. So I'm super excited that you're here. A lot of your fans are excited that you're here. In fact, so much so that I actually don't even want to go into a trailer. I want to go right into gameplay.
Okay.
Mainly because I kind of want to play.
Yeah,
so,
but
let's get into that. I think it would be fantastic.
So with Lego DC supervillains, we knew we wanted to do something really different here. So it is villain focused. It's all about these characters. DC has an amazing roster of villains. I mean, just rattling off like Joker, Harley, Lex. They're really cool characters. And so we started going, let's make a game where they're the key feature. They're the game where you're following these characters.
Yeah.
What we've got at the moment is we're actually showing a bit of a cutscene here. Commissioner Gordon's heading to Stryker Island. The reason is not only do we have this villain-focused storyline, he's en route to get some information because this new character's turned up. And this is the other big thing about this game. You actually get to create your own villain and put that character into the story. And it's all kind of like a seamless kind of experience. So you'll see the cutscene running here. We go straight into the character customizer. You create that character, and then they are part of the story. They're really critical. So not only do you get to like play with all the other villains, you get to be your bad guy as well. You get to be the villain you want to be.
And see, everybody's used to being the hero, right? And that's boring. Yeah, that's noble. That's great. Everybody high fives. But to be the bad guy every once in a while, now that's what I'm talking about. That's a lot of fun.
This is it. So we really want to do something really deep with this customizer as well. Because when we say you get to make yourself as a bad guy, you need loads of options. You need to go real detail here. So loads of different facial features you can change. You can change colours of beards, different heads, different hair, different torsos, mix and match, change the decals. Like, we really wanted it to kind of be something where you can really go to town on the customization. But then you're in the world with supervillains, so you get to do that with powers. So we really wanted it, so I want to be a speedster, I want to be super quick, you can do that. I want flight, you can do that. And your character as part of the story as well, you actually get to kind of explore because they unlock powers as you progress. So when we say you're kind of critical to the story, that is all part and parcel of it.
I love how you can create your own villain, right? Yeah. And customize it any way you want.
Exactly. I mean, we can kind of like, if we kind of hit randomize, you start to see some of the pieces that we have available. And then once you kind of find a character that you like, yeah, this is who I want to be, you can go straight into it. We also have some preset characters as well, so there's kind of a few custom presets that we already have in there. So if you just want to get straight into the gameplay, you can. But we think people are going to have a lot of fun really kind of customizing who they want to be in this game. And what's really important for us as well is sometimes with a customization, you make a character and then like 5 hours into your game, you're like, I kind of wish I'd made someone different.
Yep.
You can change your character on the fly. You can go back to the customizer, make adjustments, go, I've just unlocked something really cool. I want to wear that now.
So if I want to wear a jetpack one day,
very much
rocket boots another, whatever.
This is it. Just go in, switch them in, go, this is who I want to be.
Oh my gosh, I've been waiting for this title for so long. It's so great, and it's one of those titles that everybody wants to know, hey, you know, I'm tired of being this guy or that guy. I want to do something completely different. I want to actually break everything apart versus build everything up. And this is a fantastic title for that.
This is it. We love the DC universe. Like, we've been there before with the Lego Batman titles. And to say, right, we're doing DC supervillains, this is going to look and feel different. And also, it kind of fits really perfectly for the style of games that we do, because you run into a room and you smash everything up in a Lego game and then go, right, what am I going to rebuild for it?
Right.
When you're doing the smashing bit, it makes perfect sense as a villain. You kind of go in with Harley's hammer and kind of start smashing things up and it all falls to pieces. So what we've had just now is our character, literally, so we said that we just created this character. He appears in the cutscenes. Like, it's like totally seamless. And if you update your character, the next cutscene you enter with the custom character turns up. Your hero, your villain is there. So that was really cool for us. And the team have done an amazing job kind of being able to bring that to life. So we're actually just about to start in a prison break. So Lex is here and we're going to escape. And this is where we start to kind of introduce the player. This is the very first level of the game. So the first thing that you're going to see when you play this title. And we kind of wanted to kind of give people a bit of an indication about the type of things that we do. So we'll see a bit of the gameplay, see some of the kind of moves and mechanics. So here we have our custom character there, and there's a huge host of things like weapons as well.
Yep.
So I want a sword, I want a fencing sword, I want an axe, or I want to hit someone with a carrot, or a fish, or a frying pan.
Yeah.
These are all options you can do. So you can go as wacky as you want, or even as serious as you want, and go, no, I'm going to make someone that's really the kind of the most villainous person I can. So the team also do kind of like an amazing job with the animations.
And it's all familiar, right? As you're collecting the studs, it's everybody who's familiar with any of the franchise, they understand how to just jump right in and just and play and enjoy it. And that's the greatest thing, is the learning level is just phenomenal.
And we really wanted to kind of make sure that this, because we know that this could be someone's first ever Lego game.
Yeah.
So we want to make it so it's really accessible and really fun to play. And we just kind of love that co-op experience as well. So of course, the whole game's 2-player co-op. Anytime you can jump in a second character. And we even have the ability, so we have multiple customized character slots.
Yep.
So when you get in the kind of the free play areas, your friend can make a custom character as well, and then the two of you can then run off together and kind of do some exploring of the city and things like that.
That's good. So what's happening right now?
So here we have the custom character. So we're looking to try and we're escaping basically. Yep. So here we have the kind of the guards coming up. We have these really cool moves that you can do now. So you can grapple with characters. So if you run up to a character and kind of press B, you'll grab hold of them, and then you can decide whether you want to throw them again, or you can kind of push them around. You can do different moves. All the characters have different animations. So Lex has a whole different set of moves that sort of like your custom character will, which is different to Joker, which is different to Harley. Yeah. And where we have returning characters as well, we wanted some brand new things for these characters. So there's kind of gameplay mechanics that are focusing around people like the Joker, which are some things that are brand new for this title that I can't tell you just yet because it's story progression.
Oh, come on.
But there's some very cool things in there. So here we have Lex, and he's basically, we're taking out some silver Legos. So
there's my rocket boots I've been looking for right there.
We actually have a couple of versions of Lex as well. We have so this game's actually, it's available to pre-order now, and we have a version of Lex that if you pre-order, he actually comes in a power suit, and you can even get a minifigure version of this character.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
So it's a pre-order. If you pre-order the deluxe edition at key retailers, you can actually get this minifigure.
That's amazing, thanks.
Yeah. They are going to disappear everywhere. And that's really cool, and that's one of the things we love about these Lego games, is that people who are fans of Lego, as well as the titles, they get to see the characters that sit on their shelf come to life, and the kind of the models that they have as well. We've worked so closely with Lego and with DC for so many years that we get to do these really great things, like having like unique versions of minifigures that are only available if you pre-order the game, and seeing those characters come to life. Mm-hmm. So this is one of my favourite bits actually, because I now get to talk about some other bits in the game.
Yep.
So as we're crossing this bridge, you'll see in the background, that's actually a bit of a teaser to what we get to do for the open world.
Really?
So you get to explore Metropolis, you get to explore Gotham. This whole kind of open world is all kind of wedged together. We have places like Amusement Mile. You can even go to Smallville. And due to the story, there's some other cool things. You might be able to go to places like Apocalypse. So some key characters turn up, and there's some really kind of incredible open world that you get to explore. And then the other thing is you get to run around and do that as a villain. Like once again, it's all a bit different when you go in and you go like, oh, I'm going to jump in that car, and the kind of your civilian jumps and runs off. Because you're a bad guy, they're like, oh no, and they're kind of running away doing their kind of like crazy little wacky animations.
Yeah.
And that's really fun. Like that is something that really does feel different, where you get to explore this world as a bad guy. And of course, from a story point of view, where we're focusing on the villains, there's this kind of interesting dynamic where the Justice League, they do try and stop you, and then something happens and they disappear, and it's like, oh, okay, what's gone on here? And they're replaced by these people who are calling themselves the Justice Syndicate. It's actually the Crime Syndicate, so they're kind of like another set of bad guys, and the story kind of then starts to pivot, and there's some really interesting kind of dialogue and things that we get to do. And one of the things that I love about it is that we wrote this story. It's an original story, but written really closely with DC. And doing the bad guys have the best lines. Like in anything, they always have the best lines. So we get to do an entire game where the bad guys get to be really funny, they get to play off each other, they get to kind of have all this kind of interplay with what would happen when Cheetah's kind of chatting to Harley, or Joker's having a conversation with Solomon Grundy.
Oh, no kidding.
And we get to do that in the game. So there's some really funny sections in this game that I still, even after seeing them as many times as I have, I still like find myself laughing to myself in the office.
Well, it's great because it's something different every time, right? And that's what makes this so great. And everybody's going to be all over this title because of that.
Yeah, we really hope so.
So much creativity going on. You're either building or taking apart. You're following the themes. I mean, it's the world with even the previous titles, they're endless.
And this is the thing, we always wanted this idea that our games, we want people to kind of really immerse themselves in this world. So they can be running along, they can be doing the story, they can be doing the next kind of quest, the next mission. But then we just want them to explore, like have a look around. And we have massive DC fans in the office. So the more you explore, the more you'll see things. There'll be nods to old comics, and we really kind of take as much as we can from all kind of avenues of the DC universe and go, so if you really dig around, you'll see some things in there. And the roster of characters is incredible as well. There's some, like, we have our heavy hitters, we have our Joker, but we have some people in there that I'm like, wow, these are some quirky additions, and they're really fun, fun. So what we're doing at the moment now is, so we're trying to escape, but Lex being Lex, he's the mastermind, he's pulling all the strings. We're actually going deeper into the prison right now, and that's because he's got a bigger plan. But what happens is when we get to the bottom of this elevator, we get to show how we kind of improve the custom character, the character that you create. There are key points where you get given abilities, and this is actually one of them. And we embed this custom character in the DC lore, so there's a reason why you get these abilities. And what we do is, this is the first time that the villains are realizing, actually, this guy's important. There's something to him. We were going to use him basically as cannon fodder for people. And they start to realize, actually, this guy's important, this guy's going to be critical. And you become really important in the story. You actually, at the end, you are probably the most important character.
Oh, you got it. See, that's what makes it great as well, because then you start to, that character follows you along, and you kind of fall for that character, and then you root for that character, and then you want him to do epic stuff.
Exactly. And that was something that we thought would be really, really cool.
I love it.
So we've just unlocked a new ability, and so we have the heat beam ability. And when I say you can kind of customize your character, it's not just the visuals, it is the powers. So if we go into the customizability, you can change like what the beam style is. So I want it to look like electricity, or I want it to look like a fire beam, or a constant kind of beam of energy. Once you've done that, I want it to be green, or purple, or grey, or whatever color I want. You can really customize it. And then, once again, I don't feel like I'm shooting out my hands. I want to shoot out my eyes, or my chest, or if I'm holding a sword.
I wake up and I think about that every day before work. What do I want to do? Do I want to shoot out my eyes today? I don't know.
This is our office. We all sit there going, if I had powers, who would I be using them against?
How fun is a meeting in your office while you try to work this out?
It's brilliant. Like I've been with TT for, it's over 11 years now, and I love it. It's so fantastic. And we get to play in some of the best worlds. Like I say, the DC universe. I was a fan as a kid growing up, and to get to say that I get to do something where my daily job is going to work on DC-related properties, I'm like, this is a dream. So yeah, we sit in meetings, and the great thing is people just come up with really quirky ideas, and we sit there and go, you know what, that's ridiculous. We definitely should do that. We should add that.
Yeah.
So.
And then you're just sitting in your office, and you can't get anything done because you're doing QC right now. I'm busy. I'll be busy for a couple hours. No real reason.
And then when we're not doing that, we're building Lego sets as well. So you just sit there and go,
well, of course. Hi, who doesn't do that in their office? I've got them all over my office, as a matter of fact.
So what we're doing right now is we're kind of breaking into a cell. There's this kind of big metal structure in the middle of this room, and there's someone that's being housed in there. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to free that person. So there's a couple of switches either side, and this is, like I say, where this is the first level of the game, we're starting to educate people about how the mechanics work. So we just saw Solomon Grundy there, because he's a big character, he has super strength. Anytime you see those handles, you can rip a wall off.
Yep.
And then we start to kind of introduce some of the other abilities as well, like whether they're an acrobat, or like I say, Lex has things like he has the ability to use his power suit to just kind of destroy silver Lego. And then what we want to do is we wanted to kind of really have this as like a bit of an education to people as well. So we fill this with characters. Like we've already added Solomon Grundy and Cheetah to the party. In the next cutscene, you'll see a few more people turning up. And then, we really wanted this idea that we get to do something very, very cool. And then actually in the next section of gameplay as well, we get to see a little bit of Joker and Harley.
Oh.
And they have some brand new abilities as well.
Oh, that's great.
One of the things that we kind of realized is heroes tend to be quite isolated. They get to be, I'm the big hero. Villains have goons. Villains have henchmen.
That's right, they do.
And we wanted that. So what you get to do is, with Joker, for example, if you come to an area and you'll see Joker kind of goons, you get to kind of recruit them and go, right, you, and you, come with me. And then you kind of trot off and they'll come along and help you.
Oh, yeah.
But of course, one is the humour. So you get to do some really kind of quirky things with them and they get to help you out. But you're a villain, so they're disposable. It's like, oh, you're a goon, I'm done with you, you can leave now.
Yeah, just gonna kick them into the hot lava. Sorry about that. My bad.
Very much so. You get this is the thing. You get the tone. It's like we really wanted something that was villainous, not kind of like, oh, we're going super dark, because we wanted mystery and like that ability to turn around and go, what could I do if I was a villain? What can I do in these worlds that no one else could do? And what any other game's not allowed us to do. This is the first time we get to do. Actually, let's see the other side of the coin. Let's do the cool things.
Yes, definitely.
So of course here we have a Superman's now turned up, thinking he's going to save the day, but I'm afraid Lex is one step in front of him. And so we have the reveal of Metallo.
Look at, you could even see did you see how it was even stamped Lego on his arm? That's amazing. Like the little tiny details that matter.
This is the team, like I say, the team do an amazing job of really bringing these to life. And it's things like that like I see internally, and I'm like, wow, like they've just managed to do something and push the engine. And in doing so, it means that we get to do more and more. So like I say, when we say you get to do this open world and you get to explore these areas, they are so detailed. There's some really cool things to find in there, some brilliant quests, and then, like you say, the kind of the attention to detail the team do, right down from the way the characters look, the way that they animate, and then the voices we have as well. We've actually managed to get some incredible VO cast. Lex Luthor's actually Clancy Brown.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
we've got some brilliant people there.
That's great.
And it's the people that you want. So you may hear some bits and pieces, and there may be something coming out later today that reveals who some of the other cast are. But we really
I love
wanted
how Harley
people.
Quinn just comes rolling in on the roller skates.
Yeah, so Harley's got her roller skates, which once again, it's brand new for this. We never had Harley on skates before. She's got her skates, she's got a kind of mallet. She's even got a slam attack, where she jumps in the air and rides a bomb, and this bomb blows up and takes out everyone around you. It's just a brilliant world to play around in.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And so here we have our Super Serious Batman turn up as well. And of course, the vehicles you see, you'll be able to unlock, you'll be able to explore the open world with them. So you'll be able to fly around Gotham, fly up to Metropolis, and they're kind of like two twin cities. It's always raining in Gotham, so you have the kind of the rain, the Gotham experience. When you get up to Metropolis, it's on the sun, it's on the hillside, you get the sunshine. And I personally, I like running around Smallville. It's just kind of like that kind of like that Smallville experience, a kind of small town.
Yep. Take it apart. Well, I've got to tell you, this is a fantastic title. I'm really excited about it. I know your fans are going crazy over it. I mean, with the reveal trailer and everything about it, it's huge. So congratulations. I think I know my kids are going to go nuts over it, so I think it's amazing. So congratulations, and thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate that.
No worries.
And thank you again, and don't go too far, because we've got more games coming to you live on Xbox's coverage right here in E3 2018.